Hello you guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. Today we have a story time, as you can see by the title. I feel like anyone could read this title and be like, oh, I got a story like that. And if you do, don't be shy. Comment. Let's talk about it. Y'all know I love talking, especially with the girls. If you know, you know. I hope a lot of you guys either came from Instagram or follow me on the Instagram. I made a new Instagram, right, in January. Oh, so it's been almost 6 months now. Yeah. When I thought we was losing TikTok for real, y'all, I made a new Instagram and I was like, I'm gonna go hard on this Instagram because all I had before was my personal one where it's like pictures, family. I was like, I'm gonna make this new one. I'm just gonna repost everything I post on TikTok, reels, 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 and it's up, y'all. I'm almost at 2,000 now in 5 months. Mind you, the Instagram I've had for like 7, 8 years is at like 1,000, and it always fluctuates. But anyway, it's working out. Follow that Instagram, very active if you want to see more content, but that is a huge part of the story. So I made the Instagram when I started in January. I followed, like, the close people to me. Some people I know started to follow when I like reposted it on my original Instagram, or some people I'm just ending up on their feed because I've had a few Instagram reels go viral. I highly recommend making a new account. I've thought about it for TikTok. I haven't yet. But anyway, my new Instagram is doing really good. I'm reaching, a lot of people, different areas, getting like a lot of DMs, a lot of attention, whatever. But I remember one specific day I got a follow, I got a spam, like kind of normal because it's like my Instagram's rapidly growing. And at the time I seen that from a specific person, like I had a thing on my story where it was like, ask me a question, whatever, right? And so no one was really feeling me. It's so it's so embarrassing when you feel like, ask me a question, guys, ask me a question, guys. And it's crickets. Like, okay, I was just trying to interact with y'all, but fine. But anyway, I wasn't really getting anything. So when a new question popped up, I noticed. And so a question popped up and it was a guy and he was like, do you remember me? And I'm like, y'all know that feeling like when someone you didn't follow, that you wasn't close enough to follow, who is this? Who is this that found my Instagram where I'm real as and I'm talking and I'm being, myself. So I'm like, who is this? So I click on the profile. I immediately recognize him. I'm like, oh, okay. I did recognize him. I follow him back. And instead of posting like the question on my story, I just respond to him in the DM. And I'm like, yeah, oh my God, I remember you. It's like that job, like it's been a couple years. It's felt so long ago. And he just responded back with laughing emojis. I'm just like, okay, like I followed him back because I recognized him and he actually made content too. So I was like, oh, cool. Where did I recognize him from? Let's get into that because that is half the story. So this man, we're going to call him Darren. We're going to call him Darren. Darren was not an ex or anything like that. He is actually someone that I recognized from a place I used to work. Mind you, it's 2025 right now as I'm recording this. I used to be at this job in 2023. So like I said, followed him back. I recognized him. He also made content. Oh, that's cool. Someone around me, someone I recognize who also makes content. Boom, mutual. That's it. It's very clear. I have to like make that clear. So I used to work with Darren at this job. This job had different sites, different locations. I don't know how the companies like you guys work for are, but basically, I remember at this job, I was working with kids. If you guys don't know, sometimes I mention it in TikTok. Love kids, worked in childcare before. This job, I was working with kids. And I remember they were talking about at the location I worked at, they were like, hey, Darren is going to, he's gonna, this guy named Darren is gonna transfer it to this site because the other site that he's at, we just don't think really fits him, and we think he needs like a little more training on whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's just what I'm hearing, like in like the break room or whatever. So fast forward, I'm hearing we're getting a new guy, or new to this site at least. Um, Darren shows up to my job, my specific location. He's cool. You know, it's just like he comes in, hi, hey to everybody. He is what's the word? He's mingling. The people are telling him what he's gonna be. To my surprise, y'all know sometimes jobs don't be telling you anything. But I mean, I don't really mind. So one thing about me, y'all, I've never gotten fired. I've never heard about my work ethic being poor or anything. I don't know. I'm a Virgo rising. I'm just that bitch. No, I'm playing. I'm not trying to act like I'm not bad at anything, but like anytime I've been stressed at a job or whatever, I'm always the girl who I'm like, I never feel like I need help. Fast forward, they were like, so some days we're gonna move Darren around to like different groups, see where whatever. But after like about a week, they were like, Alicia, for like half the week, we're gonna put Darren with you. And so I'm just like, okay, like I said, I'm used to doing stuff myself, but I don't really care. I'm like, he seems chill. I don't really know him. Whatever. I'm gonna have some extra help. Whatever, whatever, whatever. So how I felt about Darren at this job was like indifferent. You know, when I heard people talking about how he was moving to this site because he needed more training and whatever, like it seems like he needs a little more. I was always like, what do you mean by that? You know, it's like, does he not follow directions, whatever? And when they put him with me, I quickly saw what they meant. Okay, so they're putting this guy with me. They're not necessarily telling me to train him. Like, I don't have the credentials to train him, but like, it's a two-person group. So obviously, you're supposed to help and parent with me. And honestly, like I said, I didn't really care because I'm super independent and I never feel like I need help with like the tasks I have. Um, but he was just very lazy. Like it was giving it was giving, you know how some people talk about their upbringing where they're like, mom does everything and dad just sits on his. It was giving that, but again, I didn't really care because it was like it's my group, but like I was like, I do care if you're supposed to be coming here to do more and you're not. Like it was just like instead of like being here and learning more about the job that you were supposed to do, it was like he basically just like let me did everything and just like followed me, which I kind of understand because some people have like less of a voice when it comes to like, oh, do you need help or what am I supposed to do? Like I totally understand that sometimes when I start new jobs like that, but it was just like I was like I when he was with me, like I said, it's not like he was rude or did anything bad, but it was just like, why do I need him here when I'm doing everything myself? You know, like that's kind of how I felt. Also, we honestly didn't talk much. Like I had people at this job where like they were put with me and we would talk more. Normally it'd be like the girlies, like, you know, but again, I'm not judging because not everyone's as open. I definitely was at a very anxious time in my life where I didn't really care to like have conversations, whatever. So this is where I recognized Darren from. And one little thing I have to mention that did happen at work before I continue on with the rest of the story is this. So like I said, even though my only opinion of Darren was that he was a little bit lazy, um, he was never rude, he never made me uncomfortable, never any of those things. But this, oh my god, y'all, this is the same job where I made another story time about this other guy trying to speak game with me. Search through my story times for this. I do remember one specific day, like, I came to work and he was working with me in my group and he did compliment me. He was like, oh, you look really pretty today. And I was like, oh, thank you.
What do you mean by that?
And see, that's not bad if the story didn't turn out how it did. Okay, like me personally, if it's a man that I'm not attracted to, coworker, whatever, I don't compliment like that. I only compliment fine like that. If it's a coworker, a friend, cool fit, cool shoes, or maybe like you look nice today, not like you look fine, you look pretty, you look like whatever. But again, I remember in that, again, it didn't make me uncomfortable because he never really crossed any boundaries or anything, but it was kind of noted because I was like, sometimes when guys say stuff like that, it's like, right. And mind you, I was not attracted to this man. He was shorter than me. I'm a stallion, y'all. I'm a stallion. At least I think I am. He was like 5'5". But again, nothing against him. Whatever. Cool. Didn't really need his help, so him being with me, whatever. Never, mind you, this job was like 2 years ago. Never heard of him until he followed me on Instagram. Follow him back. Cool. I recognize him. He makes content too. Someone I know of. I'm single. Whatever. So notice how I mentioned Darren like spammed some of my videos. He followed me and then he just asked, like, do I remember him? I responded yes. He responded emojis. Like I said, it's not like I was attracted to this man or we were super close or have anything to talk about. So I didn't say anything back to that. And then after that, he was cool. Like sometimes he would like some of my reels. I would like some of his reels. And then one day, the one incident at work all just came to fruition. Because again, I'm not trying to be all high and mighty like, oh, he was being weird. He was trying to get at me. Maybe it was just a compliment. Like I said, he never really tried anything, whatever. And mind you, like I said, I know of this man. I didn't know him. We weren't friends at work, whatever. So one day, like I said, since the conversation, it's never been weird. He likes my stuff sometimes. I like his stuff sometimes. Uh, One day, I post some pictures, right? Who comments on my pictures, especially on my new Instagram? Either people I know or because I have a new growing Instagram with male attention, random men, right? Random men. I'm someone for, I think, for the reasons of this story time, I really don't have a lot of male friendships. I have one male friend who's been my friend since I was like 14. That man's never complimented me, at least like that in his life. We don't do that's just like I have very strict like friend, platonic, romantic boundaries, right? If my guy friend ever comments on my post, he comments something stupid. But like I said, Darren isn't even my friend. He was just an acquaintance at work. Y'all, why I post these pictures? I'm seeing like comments from my best friend, comments from random men on the internet, whatever, normal. And then I see a comment from him, and it's not a friendly one. I see heart eyes. And okay, like I said, it's like I don't really know you like that. You're not a random person on the internet. You're not either too. So it's like maybe if he were to comment like, "Oh, fire, nice," just because he knows of me, cool. But what do y'all think Hard Eyes gives? So again, like I said, I really never talked to this man outside of him asking if I remembered him, spamming the pictures. So I'm like, again, with men, I'm just like, this is why I feel like I can't be getting genuine friendships with men because I'm like, what is that? Why are you commenting hard eyes on me? You don't know me like that, and I didn't know it was like that. Like I said, I remember the one compliment at work that made me, but I didn't want to generalize you or get a big head off of that. So what did I decide to do? I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna ignore that like it didn't happen. So that's what I did. And mind you, for anyone who follows my Instagram, like I said, this is just a story that I feel like other girls can relate to. I don't have anything against this man. So I did, in fact, delete the comment just in case anyone wants to be messy. I deleted the comment before I recorded this. But that's not where it stops, y'all. So like I said, I'm like, okay, so I'm like, okay, so he just confirmed what happens to me a lot. Whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna just act like I don't see it. It's like, I mean, he hasn't tried to talk to me. He's not really being weird outside of that. I'm like, whatever. He could still be my mutual. Maybe just me following him and ignoring that will hopefully he'll get the message. He'll get the message. And then something else happened. Let's say, I don't know, like 2 weeks after that, I do for the first time again. Like, remember how I said when he first followed me, it was a little like, ask me a question thing. Cool. I put a ask me a question thing again. Again, it was crickets. I need real ones to follow me and like ask stuff for real. Like, ask stuff, guys. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to interact with the baddies, the lovers. Anyway, again, I'm getting maybe like one or two. I'm just trying to do like a little interactive thing before I go to bed. Um, I get another one from Darren. Okay. Cool. Like I said, that was weird. Don't have anything against him. Still following him. I'm like, he hopefully got the message. He's not trying to talk to me. Nigga, I said ask you a question. And why he say this? I asked for questions, not statements. he commented, "We should hang out sometime, LOL."
Hold on, that's too fast, mamas.
Oh!
No. So you didn't get the message. Got it. Got it. Got it. And like I said, I just made this because I like talking. It's a story to tell. I don't really have anything against this man. He's not the worst man in the world. I have weird men who you know, comment weird stuff or DM me weird stuff. I was like, I don't think it's that bad. I'm like, at least he's not directly, but it's still like, bro, like this is why I feel like platonic relationships are tricky. Because I'm like, why do so many men act like this? Why? Why can't we just be cool, chill, support each other? So I think after that, I ignored it, and also I kind of, personally found some of his content a little bit corny, and I was just like, I don't need to like follow this man. I don't see him anywhere. He doesn't add anything to my life, and he's giving what I don't want to. So I just ended up unfollowing him, and that is the story. I want to be a girl who believes in platonic relationships because that is real stuff. Like I said, I have one male friend that has never been like that. People are always like, oh, watch how that one male friend acts the moment you get out of a relationship. I've gone through all of my relationships with this man. He's never tried to slide after. Like, what? I literally remember one time he damn near made me cry because he made a joke about the first heartbreak I was going through. You're not funny. Anyway, like I think platonic relationships can exist, but I understand why a lot of girls are apprehensive about it. Because yeah, like I don't know why a lot of people think that someone you before is still your friend. Oh, that's my friend. Why would you want me to unfollow her? Like we once, but it was like 2 years ago. You're weird. You're weird. I used to be attracted to her, but now no, like I don't understand why people just can't do. So yeah, I know there's some girl who has a related story to this. Comment if you could tell, like if you could tell from like the beginning, because like I said, I tried to give this man the benefit of the doubts the few couple times, and like I said, even with the first compliment in person, like I said, I'm like, I'm not trying to get a big head. Sometimes people just compliment different than me, but at the end, I ended up being right. I ended up being right. So there's that. Cheers to being a woman, yeah. Anyways, guys, that was a cute, lighthearted, little funny story time I had for your day. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel as always. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.